Welcome to LA Now, your Los Angeles County news source. The multi-agency response team takes to the streets for children in need. Plus, the LA County Board of Supervisors repeal a resolution put into law 70 years ago. And the county is searching for its next sex symbol. LA Now starts right now. And thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Deneau. It's the middle of the night when a special team of LA County social workers rescue endangered children. Perrine Bakshay has more on their courageous story.
It's 5 a.m. and a special team of Department of Children and Family Services social workers are rescuing endangered children in the Newton Division of South Central Los Angeles.
All at once.
Members of this DCFS multi-agency response team, known as MART, say they get up at 3 a.m. to help save children whose lives are at stake.
That child that lives next door to you might be killed or might be hurt. And then what happens after that when you had an opportunity to make a call and protect that child?
This morning, the MART team is working with LAPD's Newton Gang Unit and the County Probation Department to conduct numerous probation compliance checks throughout the Newton community. Law enforcement says it's critical for the operation to have DCFS working with them.
In the case that we come across family where we may come across maybe neglected children, they'll be on scene with us to address the problem immediately.
Police officers can't do that. And so that's what our role is to serve the public and serve the families of LA County and also help law enforcement as a team to do their job, which is to make sure that the community's safe.
Working together in county partnerships such as this is important for the safety of all team members. At the last operation stop, police found a child's BB gun that looks identical to some of their own weapons.
This one would look like identical to
Yes, it looks identical.
It does.
Yeah, and then for an officer to make a decision in nanoseconds, definitely he has no time to analyze the weapon to see if it is real or not.
Despite the dangers and risks, the MART team says saving children's lives makes every early morning worthwhile.
It's rewarding when you save a child's life, when you get them out of a dangerous environment and, you place them in a place where they're going to be safe and they're going to enjoy their childhood, where they don't have to be, hiding narcotics or involved where there's child pornography or child sexual abuse or exploitation as children, where they can live happy lives as normal kids.
For LA Now, I'm Perrine Bakshay.
The DCFS team has rescued nearly 9,000 children since 2003. It was a celebration at Disney Hall as nearly 160 students in the county's foster care system graduated with honor and dignity. County leaders joined the friends and foster families of the proud graduates. The event marked academic achievement and triumph over adversity.
These kids are special because they've overcome lots of adversity, coming from abuse and neglect, working very hard and having the courage to, despite whatever odds are facing them, to say, I'm going to do it, I can.
Now, many of the new graduates will be attending college in the fall. 70 years ago, LA County strongly urged the president to create internment camps for Japanese Americans following the bombings on Pearl Harbor. Now, LA County Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas and his staff recently decided they needed to do something. LA Now's Deanna Morgan shows us how it's never too late to change the past.
On December 7th, 1941, Japan, like its infamous Axis partners, struck first and declared war afterwards.
There probably isn't a perfect time to right a wrong, but sometimes there's no time like the present.
The least we can do is acknowledge it and declare ourselves against it.
70 years ago, LA County officials made an historical decision, a bad one, many here feel. All voted unanimously to urge former President Franklin D. Roosevelt to force the nation's 120,000 Japanese Americans into internment camps, 1/3 of whom were LA County residents.
I'm always surprised by the fact that so many Americans don't even know that something like this happened.
Actor George Takei, a Japanese-American actor known for his role on the original Star Trek television series, testified to the Board of Supervisors. Takei told the story of his family's internment.
And we were taken to Santa Anita Racetrack.
LA County CEO and third-generation Japanese-American William Fujioka.
Our family lost everything. My grandfather was an extremely prominent businessman in LA, owned a car dealership, owned truck dealerships, but we literally lost everything.
During internment, the government had a shortage of military personnel. Japanese Americans were asked to serve. Many became the most highly decorated Army soldiers in the history of the U.S. military. Fujioka's father was one of them.
This is not an attempt to look backwards, we look forward.
Supervisor Ridley Thomas decided now is the time to wipe the slate clean, right his predecessor's wrongs. He and his fellow supervisors recently repealed the board's 1942 resolution on internment.
Political leadership, when there is an unpopular position to take, but is fundamental to our democracy, is vitally important. And that's why I applaud Supervisor Ridley Thomas.
The immortal words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a threat to justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
For LA Now, I'm Deanna Morgan.
2 new Santa Clarita Valley fire stations are online and ready to serve. Supervisor Michael D'Antonovich and county fire officials recently celebrated the grand openings of fire stations 128 and 132. Both stations are LEED certified and prepared to reduce their carbon footprints and save taxpayer money. Fire Station 150, which will be at battalion headquarters, is currently under construction and will be open later this year. And the Department of Public Health is looking for LA County's next sex symbol. The department has been reaching out to county residents with a bus and train advertising campaign over the past few weeks. Now, Public Health has joined with One Condoms to design a new campaign to help combat the rise in sexually transmitted diseases in the county. Artists have been submitting their designs for new condom wrappers. The top 10 designers will win donated prizes and be featured in the new campaign.
We have 2,000 new HIV infections every year in LA County and numerous STD infections. And so it's really important that people understand that the way to prevent those infections is using condoms or abstinence.
And the winners will be announced June 27th. And that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us. Watch us online anytime on lacountychannel.com. And please stay tuned for a list of websites featured on our show. And we'll see you next time on LA Now.